So after the flow passes through the gate, what we have here is we call this the screen with the rake. What those bar screens actually do is try and catch anything that's floatable. And it will go against those screens, which are probably about less than 2 inches apart from each other. Anything that's against these bar racks, like I say, all floatables that are in the wastewater are removed. And before it goes to Deer Island, you don't want them getting anything into the pumps as well. He puts all that into what we call a pod. What they do is a gate will shut, and that pod will be pressurized by air. And it will actually shoot all the product into a dumpster. During the rain, it's kind of funny, a lot of rats come through, dead. I think they get, so they live in the sewer system anyway, so I think when the high flows come, flushes them out. But yeah, shopping carts come up on the screen. Yeah, a lot of wood. I think what happens with a lot of construction when they work in the sewer, I don't think they remove everything, but we actually keep all the bugs and the bacteria alive in wastewater. It's what we need to do. It's a process. To do removal, you want the bugs and the bacteria to actually stay alive and eat more so they grow bigger, and that's what makes them actually settle. That's not the process we do here. That's a Deer Island, and it becomes sludge.
We could actually draw sludge out from 3 different levels within the digester and then re-inject new raw sludge, which comes from the treatment process, directly into the digester. That helps with mixing. It also helps feed the digester on a semi-continuous basis. We feed sludge typically 15 minutes every hour. So this digester, on average, will receive 150,000 gallons of sludge every single day. And it's 3 million gallons in volume. So that's how we're getting the 20 days worth of detention time in here. We're at the top of Module 3 of the digester complex, and this is where all the center of recycling occurs. So all of the material that we remove from wastewater is all sent over to these anaerobic digesters, where the sludge will actually incubate. It's an anaerobic biological process, which means that we produce a bacteria that actually feeds off of the contaminants in the sludge, replicates, breaks down the material, and produces a biogas that we can use to actually heat the facility and power the facility. So we get almost 100% of the heat needs of the plant met by the use of digester gas produced from this treatment process, but we also get about 25% of the electrical requirements of the plant met through the operation of this biogas as well.
And the wet cake bin is where the wet cake gathers before we send the wet cake to mix with the recycled material. The recycled material is going to get coated by the wet cake. That tiny pellet is going to grow a little bit bigger, and that pellet's going to go into the dryer where the moisture has to get evaporated. Like I said, we want to get about 95% solids. So most of our product goes to corn, wheat, hay. Some goes down as far south as Florida for citrus. A lot goes to turf farmers that make the grass that you see at Lowe's, that it's all rolled up, that people use. And then a lot of golf courses and blenders use it as well.